homeowners getting penalized for staying in their homes too long? This new study that was just put out might indicate that that's true. This has to do with capital gains exemption. And if you're unfamiliar with what that means, the basics are that the IRS will allow homeowners who are selling their primary residence, meaning that they've lived there 2 out of the last 5 years at a minimum, they allow them to avoid taxation on up to $250,000 worth of equity or increase in property value that they've gained in the ownership of that home. And if you're married filing jointly, they allow you to exempt up to $500,000. The problem that's been created, especially in our state here in Massachusetts, is that 62% of households in Massachusetts have gained more than $250,000 in equity. The problem that gets created is that disproportionately affects and penalizes folks that have stayed in their home for an extended period of time and built equity. See, because if you sell your home every 5 years or every 3 years, you get to claim that exemption over and over and over again. Whereas somebody who has stayed in their home for 20 or 30 years and perhaps has built equity up to $1 million now has to face the decision of whether or not they sell the property and incur capital gains tax on the equity over that threshold, or hang on to, which is happening a lot, hang on to that property to avoid the taxation and just incur these increased expenses. And so while we deal with such a housing shortage here in Massachusetts, it would be nice if these homeowners could avoid taxation and actually realize the benefit of selling these properties. Well, honestly, curious what you think. First of all, were you aware that this was a thing? Number 2, should the government be taxing any equity that we gain in our primary residence? And, is it adequate for what we're seeing with increased home prices and everything that's going on today? Anyway, just wanted to make you aware. Be careful out there.